What's up, guys? Welcome back here. Today I'm back with another video. And in this video we're going to be talking about Chris Paul and the impact that he really has. How even though he doesn't put up the stats that a top 20 player really puts up, you know he's a top 20 player for sure. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. I'm probably going to have a second mock draft video coming soon. Comment down below any new video that you want me to do though. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel at 83 right now. Trying to hit 100 soon. But now let's get started. So first, let's talk about what Chris Paul's doing this year. He's averaging 17.1 points, 4.7 rebounds, 8.6 assists, and 1.3 steals on 49, 38, 97 splits, which is a 59.2 true shooting percentage. But the main thing about Chris Paul is how he helped his team win. As you saw that Rockets team, everyone thought with Harden dominating the ball so much, Chris Paul would really just ruin it. But they were having 1 seed, 2 seed type seasons, and because of Chris Paul, they were almost able to beat the Super Warrior squad, but because of Chris Paul getting hurt, Harden couldn't do it on his own. They got killed. But then he goes to Thunder, which were projected to be like a 14th seed in the conference. No one expects them to be good at all. You want to know what they become? A 5 seed in the West and almost pulled off a first round upset. And now this year, the Suns haven't made a playoff since 2009, 2010. You know what Chris Paul's doing? They're currently 18-10 because of him and are the 4th seed in the West. Chris Paul is just such an amazing player, and his leadership and impact can be really shown, not on a scoreboard, not on any box scores, but just in the game in general. And because of him, he's helped a lot of role players find huge roles on the Sun squad, and it really impacts for them winning games, like Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson, Jay Crowder, especially Mikal Bridges, who's having an amazing year, offensively and defensively. Frank Kaminsky, Dario Saric, and even Langston Galloway, even though he doesn't get many minutes, whenever he plays, he has such an impact on the squad. And one thing about the Suns that has improved so much because of Chris Paul, maybe not all just because of Chris Paul, you know, Jay Crowder is a very important addition too. I won't say Jalen Smith because he rarely plays, but Jay Crowder and Chris Paul both really helped this defense step up, and now they seem way more locked in defense. As last year, they were 20th in points allowed per game. 20th. That's in like the bottom third. And now they're 4th. The 4th least amount of points allowed per game. The Suns defense has just turned up so much. And I've seen Mikal Bridges and Chris Paul giving so many young stars, guards, and forwards struggle because of their defensive presence. And even Jay Crowder too. They're just so locked in on defense. Even Cameron Payne and Javon Carter so locked in on defense. And it's just helped the team so much that made them become such a really good team. And then they are still able to have super high playmaking as their 3rd in the league in assists per game. And one thing about this team which is weird is how they went from a really fast-paced offense to a really slow-paced offense. As before they were 10th in the league in pace, and that led to them having the 12th highest offensive rating and 17th highest defensive rating. But now they're 29th in pace, which is the 2nd slowest in the league. But now they improved offensively and defensively, having the 8th best offensive and defensive rating, which is just weird to see how Chris Paul just slows the game down. But he knows what tempo he has to go on. If you want him to turn it up, he will. But he knows he has to slow down the game, understand what the defense is going to give to him, and then he can make his move or find Booker, let him cook, or feed it to Aiden, let Aiden dominate, or even let Mikal Bridges get some good shots, or find an open Cameron Johnson or Jay Crowder to hit a knockdown 3. And this offense just flows so well, even though it's not really super high. You see a lot of ball movement, but you're able to see a couple of some isolation plays. You see Chris Paul, you see Devin Booker making some moves when they need to. But their ball movement is so good, and that helped the team so much to become where they are right now. And you may say they pushed from what they did in the bubble. Remember, not every team in the bubble just continues their production throughout the next season. As TJ Warren, he struggled at the beginning of the year before getting injured, which maybe he would have turned up later on, but we don't even know. Tyler Hero is not looking like that superstar we thought he was going to be. Even though he's having a really good year and has improved, he's not having that superstar type season. Just a decent performance that we expect from a sophomore player to make. And the Grizzlies, after their awful bubble start, have now improved so much and are still looking to be in playoff contention this year. So the bubble does not mean everything. It's just how they worked in the offseason, and Chris Paul has probably been the leader to lead them to working. I've seen videos of him mentoring the young guys, even guys like Jalen Smith. I've seen him mentor like Cameron Payne, teach him the way of the game through his eyes and how he's able to control the offense, how he's able to get through this NBA rigorous season and still be able to produce at a high level. And I feel like that's helped him a lot, helping the young guys out so much. And probably the vision that Chris Paul has helped Devin Booker evolve even more as a player. But it doesn't mean that he has to have all the offensive workload, because with Chris Paul taking the ball in his hands, he's able to do so much things on offense and also improve defensively. And then finally, the last thing about Chris Paul that just helps so much is how he's able to perform in the clutch. I saw him cooking up the Mavs in the clutch one game. It was just so tough to see being a Mavs fan, but it was just amazing to see how he was able to cook in the clutch. And you just know that I really wished he was on the Mavs, because we really could use a guy like him right now. He's 5th in clutch points this season at 63, and he's shooting 47.7% from the clutch this year, which is just amazing to hear from a veteran like Chris Paul. I've heard a lot of veterans that are like really clutch. You hear Dame mostly when you hear about clutch players. You hear Braun too. But you got to hear about Chris Paul, what he's able to do in the clutch and how he's just able to control the offense in his way. He doesn't get pressured by it, and he's able to knock down his free throws, as he hasn't missed a free throw in the clutch yet. He's had missed a couple this year, but he just hasn't missed a free throw in the clutch, and he's able to step up big time when you need it. What do you guys think about this video? If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, comment down below, and new videos you want me to do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace out, guys.